Hey, have you ever felt like you're on a merry-go-round of responsibilities and they just won't stop? How about feeling overwhelmed by the ceaseless demands and expectations on every side? You know what? You're not alone. And today we'll unravel this overwhelming sensation that I'm talking about here. Have you felt it? Welcome to the meeting place where high achieving, heart driven women meet to support, inspire, and uplift one another on their journey of growth and fulfillment. And I'm Michelle O'Neill, your life architect and boundary catalyst. And it's my mission to help you navigate life's challenges and with grace, strength, and resilience. Yes. I specialize in empowering the sandwich generation, which are incredible women like you who are caught in the middle of caring for their children and aging parents. And today we'll explore practical strategies to help you regain control, maintain your emotional well being, and thrive amidst the whirlwind of responsibilities that you find yourself with. It's about acknowledging that you have the right to take control of your life without feeling selfish or guilty. So, if you've been feeling like this, that you're on this treadmill running endlessly, but staying in the same place, you get that? You're in the right place today. So let's delve into dealing with overwhelm and practical steps that you can take to gain control. And so the first thing is to actually acknowledge, hey, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Things are feeling like I've totally lost control. And overwhelm is actually a calming emotional response to having too many demands on your time, too many tasks and responsibilities. And these feelings can be incredibly intense, especially for those who are caring for their children and aging parents. That's heavy responsibility. And these are areas of people that you love, and put into that equation that you're caring for your children, your spouse, and your aging parents. And everybody needs your attention or some level of your love and care in their lives, sometimes all at once and sometimes at different times. And so imagine rushing from, like a high stakes work meeting to your child's school for a parent teachers conference. Do you even have the time to make that mental shift that needs to happen? And then you're hurrying to do all these, and you also have to help your aging parent with figuring out some online banking that they've called you with in the midst of all this. So let me paint this picture. Hey, I've been there. You're on your way to a meeting. You just left something that had your attention at work. You're trying to refocus your attention, and the phone rings, and your parent is asking you about how to handle some online crisis that they're dealing with. That's hard. And how does that feel? Every day may feel like a nonstop rush, and that space is when overwhelm just sets in and takes over. Overwhelm manifests as an emotional exhaustion, high stress levels, and burnout. Have you been feeling that way lately? Have you ever found yourself feeling that way? You might find yourself lying awake at night, worrying about tomorrow's task. What did I forget? Oh my gosh, I need to remember when I wake up in the morning that I forgot to do this. So I got to make sure that that's taken care of. I forgot to fix my lunch for the next day. I got to remember to put my lunch in my lunch bag so I can take it, that I'm not caught at work with nothing to eat. All those little tasks that you've forgotten because there's so much on your mind, or feeling irritable and snappy at your loved ones over just minor issues. because you can't just seem to get a handle on things. You may dread an upcoming family event or gathering or a child's sports day, not because you really don't want to be there, but because you're just too tired, just too overwhelmed with the multitude of things that you got to remember to do. And the things that once brought you joy now represent just more tasks that you have to juggle. You know, the impact of this overwhelm on our emotional health and well-being is astronomical. You know, emotional health is it's a cornerstone of our overall well-being. And in experiencing this constant overwhelm, it actually can jeopardize not only our physical health, but our mental and emotional health. And this may show up as anxiety attacks before a work presentation. That's something that you've always known. You know this by the back of your hand, but all of a sudden you're starting to get anxious on whether you're prepared, if you got it all together, if you've done everything that you need to do to make sure that you perform, word that sometimes I hate, that you perform at the level that is expected of you. Or you find that your patience is running thin with your teenager when they're asking you for help with their homework, or when you're actually worried. All this, when you're actually worried, is about some report that you've just gotten about your aging parent and a recent diagnosis. Are you feeling what I'm talking about? I know many of you have been there or find yourself there right now. And the thing is, I want to give you a few simple, practical strategies for regaining that control, something that won't take forever. And one of the things we talk about is always mindfulness exercises. I love them. Take a moment for a brief guided relaxation. And I have one for you. Look, if you want it, hit me up and say, share your guided relaxation method, your mindfulness. Just hit me up and say mindfulness. That simple. In the comments below, just do mindfulness. Put the word mindfulness, and I will share with you a brief guided 3-minute meditation. My mindful power, packful, powerful, can't even remember what I call it, meditation, relaxation, to help you in those times that you need to just breathe. And then I want to share with you places that you can do this. In the restroom, we don't have much time. Sometimes we got to take that time where we can get it in the restroom. When you're folding laundry, but you're in a room by yourself. Hey, at a red light. Do you realize that when you're sitting at a red light, if you catch it when you just get there, it's 120 seconds of peace, 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes that you can do a mindful exercise. Breathe. Maybe not in the car, but while you're folding clothes, or even sitting in the restroom, maybe not even folding clothes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and visualizing releasing your worries, those things that are keeping you anxious at this moment. Imagine opening your hands and letting them go. Exhale. Each breath, imagine letting one worry go. And then imagine a calm lake. Maybe a soft stirring of the wind, and there's just a small ripple, but it's slow. And as you watch that ripple, it is so calming. Or maybe your lake needs to be undisturbed. But reflect on that serenity, the calm sky, the blueness, the soft, fluffy clouds, that serenity is your mind at peace. Hold on to that as you put your foot on the pedal and you move forward. Hold on to that as you leave the restroom and face the world before you. Hold on to that as you take that folded laundry and you begin to place it in the drawer. Hold on to that peace. You can do these anywhere. And then my second thing I want to give to you is task prioritization. Prioritize, can't talk, still in that calming moment, but prioritizing those tasks is essential to your preventing that feeling like everything needs your immediate attention, because it doesn't, even though it feels like that. Ask yourself, does the house need cleaning now? Yes, it's not the way you would like it. You would hate for someone to come in and visit you and drop in, and does anyone drop in anymore? Because your house isn't the way you would like it presented. But does it need to be done now? Can it be done maybe this weekend? Do you need to complete your work presentation right now, tonight? Or would it be better for you to go to sleep now while you're tired? Have you ever pushed on in a project when you're tired and the results are not what you wanted? And then instead, go to sleep, get the rest you needed, and wake up that morning and start again. And it's amazing how much more you get done then, or how much more alert your mind is, and ideas just flood in because you took the time to get the rest that you needed now when you're fresh. And then finally, I think this is the last one, I can't remember, setting boundaries. My favorite all-time way of dealing and walking through life is setting boundaries. Establish boundaries that are key to your managing that overwhelm. And this could be as simple as clearly communicate your work timings to your team, or as challenging as telling your teenager that they must start taking responsibility for their actions, for their school project, for getting up in the morning. Maybe it's telling your parent that you will be there for the important stuff, call you if it's important, but that they need to find ways to manage their daily chores as much as possible. And it doesn't mean that you won't be there. And if it is something that they need your help with, but it doesn't need immediate attention, write a list. Keep a list paper, those small, remember those grocery list tablets? Give them one and let them keep that so that they can write down the thing that they want to the thing that they want to get your help with, but they don't call you right then. When you're in a meeting at work, when you're taking care of some of your own home responsibilities, it doesn't mean that, Mom, it doesn't mean that I don't want to help you. And I know how it feels when you forget something that you wanted to do. So, Mom, do like I do. Write it down so that when we do get together and I ask you, hey, what's been going on? Or what do you need my help with? You have your list. And we can sit down and have specific time where I'm present. There, you have my total attention for me to help you with what you need. Those are setting boundaries. but they're setting boundaries in a way that you're present in whatever it is that needs your attention at that time, and your attention isn't divided. How do you feel when someone gives you your complete attention and you know that they're focused on you? Or have you ever talked to someone when you know that their attention is divided? And even though they're looking at you, you can feel that their mind is somewhere else. Which do you want? And let me tell you that those in your life want that same thing too. You know, in my playbook, the number one secret to keeping boundaries and maintaining self care, you'll find more detailed strategies to handle some of this overwhelm, including effectively communicating your needs and setting firm boundaries. And I will put that link for you in the comments. I will. But I would encourage you to get that to help you move forward with setting boundaries, with mindful exercises, and in actually prioritizing your task for the next day or even for the next hour. I encourage you to implement these strategies that we talked about today for your emotional health and to regain some sense of control in your life. If you notice, this is not my normal background, and I'm away, but I felt that it was important that I continue to show up for you. And in that way, I also want to offer this playbook as a gift for you that can serve as a resource for you for detailed guidance and tips to managing this overwhelm that we've talked about today. I also want to offer my community, my Facebook community to you, and I will also put that in the comments below. Also, one more thing. Remember, if you'd like me to share one of my mindful meditations with you, go ahead and put mindful in the comments or DM me and just put the word mindful, and I will share that with you too. Look, it is okay to feel overwhelmed, but know this: you have the power to navigate through it. You're not alone in this journey. Thank you for joining me on the meeting place today. Continue embracing joy and building your legacy. And remember, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And you know why? Because you're here today. Until we meet again, keep in mind that you're not just, and I've thought about this because of something that I've read, you're just not a filler, filler in life's sandwich. You're the entire sandwich, layer upon layer of fulfilling life experiences. And you have the power to take control and manage those layers of your life effectively. Until next time, take care. I am so glad that I was able to show up for you today. Bye-bye.